Okay, so I'm here with Maria Huerta. We're reflecting on her Algebra 2 lesson on absolute value equations. So how do you think it went?
Pretty good and pretty bad. But the good part, I did keep up with time management. I kept on looking at the clock, make sure I was on point to everything I was trying to teach. Yes, I forget some things during the lesson, but then I would reflect back within that next period, like, oh, I forgot this. I need to come back and actually cover that again for that next class, or my first period, because that's the one I had the mistakes with.
Okay, so you think it went good and bad. There were some
Yes.
good points, there were some bad points. The good points is you felt good about your time
Time
management
management.
because you kept looking at the clock,
Yes,
right?
for sure.
And that was as a result of our planning session, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And then, but it went bad because you just forgot some things.
Yes.
But then you were able to think about that second in your future algebra.
Yes. So I reflected back to what I did wrong there, and then fix it on the next class.
Okay. And then anything else that you think went well, what went bad, like how you felt about it?
Well, the good thing is, I don't know if you noticed it. There's a student that did tell me, like, 5 minutes went by, are you gonna go by? Like, I knew it was a little bit over, and then she's like, well, 5 minutes is like, she just looked at me, like, and looked at the clock. And then I was like, okay, is everybody done? And then, of course, there were some people that weren't done yet.
So
Writing
there was
notes.
a student that said something about the time?
Yeah, well, she just looked, I think she was trying to tell me something, so she looked at the clock, she looks at me, I'm like, okay, I think she's trying to tell me something with the time. And then I just thought about it.
Why
Like,
do you think that happened?
I guess because I told her I'd give you 5 minutes, and she was done writing in that 5 minutes.
That's right, because you kept saying,
Because they wrote.
you did keep saying the time. Do
Yes.
you normally do that? Do you normally give them a time limit?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But then I forget to look up sometimes, and then because they're like
Oh,
they're
okay.
writing, and I see them writing. But
So-
then when I looked, she saw me, and I looked up. I said, "Okay, 5 minutes is up," and but I knew they were still writing, and she just looked at me like, "I'm done." Like 5 minutes is enough time.
Okay.
But some people write slower now.
So it was like reading a student cue?
Yeah.
Like the student kind of cued you?
She
Okay.
did. I didn't think about that one.
Okay. And then anything else?
Mhm. I guess it was good.
Okay. So you kind of liked it that a student cued you, or was that, do you think that was a good thing or a bad thing, or just something that you observed?
I mean, something I saw. I mean, it's good
Okay.
and bad because then you have the ones that write faster than the other ones. Some write
Okay.
way slower, so it takes a little bit longer. And I understand because they're like, if I write too fast, my notes will be stopping, then I can't read them myself.
Okay, so it sounds like it was just an observation that you made
Yeah.
that a student actually cued you kind of
Yeah.
that, hey, 5 minutes is up.
Yeah.
Okay.
didn't buy the candy.
Okay. And then what comparison might you make to how the lesson went versus how you thought it would go?
Well, it went pretty good. Okay. First off with time management. At first I thought it wasn't gonna work. Like I forget to look up all the time. But now that I'm thinking about it, like I need to time myself. You have 5 minutes. I have to look at the clock to make sure everybody is done within the time frame, which sometimes it never happens. But I mean, it worked because I'm looking up to make sure, you know, we're moving on along because now we're staying behind and we're off another day.
So you think, so compared to how you thought it would go time management wise, it went better than you thought?
Yes. Now I just need to keep up with it.
Okay, and then what about just the lesson in general? How did it go versus how you envisioned it would go? Like, we talked a little bit about maybe assessment and kids working together or doing a whiteboard or doing an assessment thing to see if you could, you want to be able to assess how the students were doing their learning. How did that go?
We did the
compared to how-
pair up. So they paired up and they were helping each other. And that's how because I was looking at them and they were having issues. That one person has issues, that one gets in it. They pair up and they actually help each other. Like, this is how you do it. This is how I remember. And sometimes I know there's some points that they both forget and then they ask me. And I'm like, okay, then this is the point I need to go back and kind of reflect either on a warm up or something in the future to help both of them. And plus it helps the whole class, the general to review.
Okay, so how did it go compared to how you thought it would go?
Well, it went very well. Very well. They were helping each other. Like, hey, that's wrong. As a positive way, that's wrong. You know, this is how you do it. And they're like, oh, I forgot that. Let me fix it. And I'm just walking around like, okay, this actually works. They're helping each other to make sure they have the right answer versus the wrong one. And then they catch each other's mistakes all the time.
Did it help you assess who knew it and who didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
compared to how you thought it was going to go? And
Yes.
Okay.
Very well. Because that was on Monday. So by the time, no, Tuesday.
Tuesday was the day
Right, and
that
equality.
you did the direct instruction, and
So-
then yesterday would have been your pair up.
Yeah. So then today we moved on, and so it had a little bit of what was kind of towards what we talked about on Tuesday with a little bit more information. And they're like, "Oh, we got this. We understand this. This is easy." Except that one thing that I know they didn't understand probably, or not didn't understand. They probably didn't know how to apply it because it was a little bit stretched out. And they're like, "I don't know how to do this, but if you tell me one time, I get it." And I told them that one time, and then you did the whole thing by yourself.
So like you were scaffolding today from
Yes.
what you did Tuesday, Wednesday, so today you kind of did something a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay.
So more like a little challenge for them, and they
But-
liked it actually. Believe it or not, they actually
Okay.
liked it.
Because maybe they felt confident
Oh,
in
yeah.
what they learned.
And they didn't tell me, "I get this now. This is so easy. Why couldn't we do this a long time ago?" So
Okay.
they got it.
All right, and then you feel like that went the way that you thought it would go. It assessed
Well, at first I
really
didn't
well.
think it would go at all because in the first
Oh.
unit they didn't like it. They're like, "Oh, we don't like this. We don't
Oh.
get it." But this unit, they're like, "Oh, we get this. It's so easy." I'm
So
like,
as a unit as a whole, you think it went
it's
better
pretty,
than what you thought?
Yes.
Better than what you envisioned?
because
Oh.
if their first one went bad, I would think, okay, if they already think this was bad, this was gonna be bad. But no, it was actually good.
Okay.
So I'm
good.
hoping the next one is good too.
Okay, yay. Hopefully it'll just keep getting better, right?
Right.
What learning do you want to take away with you from the planning and then the actual lesson? So what have you learned that you want to take with you to the future?
Just keep sure. I guess I have to go back and put times to myself. I just do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, because if not, I do veer off. Because I don't carry anything in front of me, so I just walk around and try to just, okay, I'll estimate the time, like, okay, you have 5 minutes. So me just going ahead and looking at the clock, but also having something on the smart board or buying something that will tell me, stop, let's move on, because if not, we're going to be behind. Just having something physically.
So you have learned that just keeping track of your time,
Yes.
having some tool to track your
Just-
time, whether it's looking at you right now or just looking at the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use a timer on your smartboard?
No, because I don't know how to get it.
Oh, okay. So you need to know you want to get a timer on your
Yes.
smartboard. Oh,
But then I don't understand because
I can show you how to do that.
yeah, because I guess I have to have it on all the time to do it. Because I usually don't. I use it sometimes here, and I use it in the board sometimes. Like I go everywhere,
Oh, right.
so they won't get bored just like that one thing.
So like you're saying, like if you had the Google timer on, it's hard to do the Google timer?
Well-
Or maybe don't use Google timer, some people do.
I don't. There's a Google term.
Yeah, there's a Google timer, but you can use there's also a timer that comes with smartboard. And you talked about it, so I thought you knew, but I can show you that.
I guess it's somewhere, and I don't know how to pop it up.
That's another learning you can take away in the future. I can show you how to
That's
use
funny.
that timer on the
Yes.
smartboard. Oh, okay. So, but that's something you want to take is you want a timer or have some tool that.
Yes, even the kids, if they assist me, I think it'd be good.
Okay. So having so my next question is how can you maintain focus on that? Because sometimes we decide we want to be better at like doing time management, looking at the clock or using a tool. How are you going to maintain focus on doing that? And that kind of goes along with what you just said, which was do what?
Having the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, having the kids with me to help me.
Yeah. That's one way. Do you agree or no?
Yes, I do. I mean, if I had a nice smart watch or would buzz on my hand, it would be nice too. But of course, I guess I'll use a kid.
Actually, yeah, I actually used to do that. I used to have a timer, I think, when I had my phone hooked on me, and it would
Oh.
buzz and buzz. But how could you have a student assist you?
I guess it's having the responsible one, because some of them are not responsible. The responsible one to actually help me, like, okay, we'll give you 5 minutes, and she'll go up there, or he'll go up there and set the timer. And then that way, whenever they're either writing notes, doing the quick review or something, plus, like, the I do, we do, you do, that's another way where they can set the timer for me.
Mm.
That way I don't lose track, because then we'll veer off to somewhere else and not come back.
So like having a student timekeeper
Yes.
to help you. Okay.
Yes.
And then what other learning? Like, so we've talked about time management, but was there any other learning as far as your teaching strategies that you can take away for the future?
I guess more planning, like sit down and, because I usually don't carry my notes with me. I walk around, because if I carry it with me, I don't leave anywhere. So I think if I need to have that first period and kind of go with my notes, and then later on throughout the day, not have it with me. Because if not, like I said, I'll lose it, and then I remember my notes of what I did that first period.
so you have notes, you just
Yeah.
don't normally use them because you end up laying them down
Yes,
somewhere and they
and the
end up
kids
all
are the
over.
ones like you just left your
Mhm.
answers here, and I'm like, oh man, I just left my whole note there, and they know what's going on.
Right?
And that
All the
happens.
answers, yeah, I used to do that too. I'd be like, hey, like, and the kids were luckily honest most of them.
Oh, yeah,
"I
they
left
are
your
honest.
paper here."
And they are honest, because I leave it there, and I'll leave it
Yeah.
back there. Or somebody, like, literally, I'll take their pencil, and they're asking me, like, where's my pencil? And like, you left your papers, but you took my pencil. I'm like, okay, let's
Right,
switch.
I know, normal teachers stuff. So maybe but I heard you say, I think, by using them first period.
Yeah, you use it
Maybe just use them first period.
like that first period, because usually that's the first one you start off with, the new
Mhm,
lesson.
mhm.
And that might be the reason why things go all the craziness.
Uh-huh.
And throughout the day, I'm like correcting myself, like, oh, I forgot to do this in my first period. I need to do
Right.
this. So I think just kind of going back towards notes and kind of having it with me, but I mean, yes, having it with me versus not having it
Right.
with me and leaving it everywhere.
Can you
Work
also
out.
be okay with the fact that sometimes we just leave them somewhere and that's okay, because kids will tell you.
Oh yeah, they do.
So
I don't blame 'em.
maybe I think just first period, I agree.
I
think
mean, it
that's
gets
a
lost
good
anywhere.
idea.
Even like right now, I did have the notes. For today, I had the notes in my hand, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing it first period, and then I leave it down, and throughout the day it went okay,
Okay.
but then their kids are like, where's your notes? Why do your notes?
So can you think of something that can help you? This almost moves to the next one. How can you maintain focus on? Here we go. How can you maintain focus on the notes and making sure you don't have any mistakes in the notes? And we can talk about that in a second. But let's go to the fact that you lay them down somewhere and did it. Is there an idea? Can you think of something based on what you told me about what you're gonna do for time? Could you also do that for notes? What were you gonna do for time to help you maintain focus?
Like, oh, have a kid, or is that what it was? Have a student?
Yeah, could you have a student help you keep track of your notes? Or no?
I don't know if they would, because I mean they're busy trying to do their thing, and then
Okay.
have them trying to keep up with my stuff. I think it's probably, I think like a good spot would be like put something somewhere,
Okay.
and I leave it there, and then I walk around and come back to where that same spot is, and I've seen the spot right now, like that bin.
Oh, okay.
I think I should leave it there
Okay.
because it's right in front of the smart board.
Okay.
Leave it there, walk around, and come back and pick it up.
You'd be surprised with kids that's here. You'd be surprised at how much we're doing compared to what kids are doing. Kids are taking their notes, but they're able to multitask. We're multitasking like times 100 because we have so many things going on. But a kid, they're just doing their notes. So I bet if you had a kid that sat here saying, if I move those notes, like if I don't send my notes there, when I go to walk away, can you tell me that I need to send my notes there?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
maybe a kid who says, like, just an idea.
Yeah, because there's usually always one right here.
Okay.
That they could tell me like, hey, or that one kid be the same person who does a timer, and also,
Oh, maybe.
because if they're good time management, I
Mhm.
mean,
Maybe. It could be the same or
or the one right next to each other. That way they tell each other like, hey, she took her notes, you need to tell her, or hey, you forgot to set the timer.
so it sounds like you're gonna set your notes there.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to walk away, you have your
Then
notes.
set them
just
down.
Set them over there. Have it one place so you set them all the time, and then possibly have a student.
Remind me.
And just remember, you can try things, and if it doesn't work,
Yeah.
try a different student or.
Well, I actually tried that one time, and then I
Yeah.
forgot. Like within the first period, I did so good, but when it came down to second, third,
That's why you need a helper. You
I
have
know.
lots of helpers, right?
too
Yeah.
many, 28.
I know.
I think you're looking at me.
You have 20 helpers that can
28.
help you put your notes right
Yeah,
there.
half the time they're the ones telling me, and they did tell me,
See?
you brought your attendance, and I'm like, oh, I did.
See, they're good helpers.
Yeah.
They want to be helpers, actually. They like to be bossy. And then how can you maintain focus on your notes and making sure your notes are accurate so you can feel confident even for first period?
Probably just meeting with you, like having a planned meeting, even with our.
Okay.
But I mean, we did it yesterday with the POC,
Mm-hmm.
because there's things that I forgot, and we didn't know how to do it as a group, so we tried to sit and plan, like, how do you do this in the calculator, and we figured it out. It took us a while, but we figured it out.
So making sure that we plan together and then maybe once a week to look at the notes for the whole next week or
Yes.
something like that. Okay.
Or a whole unit or something.
So, and we can set that up and then, or yeah, a whole unit. Or, don't you think once a week, cause if you do a whole unit, there's so much to have to remember all at one time, but we can talk about
True.
that, but,
I mean,
what are you thinking about it?
I think it's good within it back, because I'm thinking about math models too.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, all that's laid out already for me to do, because I did it already, but of course this one I haven't done, so I guess probably once a week.
Okay,
Or maybe a whole unit. But it depends how it goes. Because you see me having kids all the time trying to.
right,
Do
so
that.
math models you feel pretty confident about, but algebra 2 is new, so.
Yeah.
We can meet once a week, go over the notes, whether it's the whole unit, or
Depending
The
how,
whole
I
week.
guess how
depending on how it
confident I
goes.
am on it.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, and then anything else you need to do to help you maintain focus on, it sounds like planning, to avoid like
Errors,
little
little things.
you might forget. Because
Yeah.
some of it's not even mistakes, it's just you forget because you said you weren't using your notes because
Yeah.
you kept laying them down everywhere. And then, which we all do that. I'm not saying that in a judgmental way. We all do that, like, because
Yeah.
I did that too. And then time. I lost focus of what I was saying. I need to maintain focus. And then also, I think time.
Management with the timer.
Yeah, maybe. I think that's what I was gonna say. Anyway, so anything else to maintain focus?
I think that's it. It's just those two things. Because I keep on doing it all the time. Either I make a little mistake or I lose time, track of time. I think
Okay.
those are my two main weaknesses right now.
Okay. And so, but I think you came up with any good ideas or lots of good ideas. So anything else?
I don't know.
Okay. And then as you reflect on this conversation, how has it supported your learning?
Way better. Because now I know what to look at or what to do, what I need to focus on to keeping a good management on time with my lesson. And so those little errors that I have, little things I forget that I need to tell them, like how do I plan ahead for my next unit? Because next unit is next week actually. I can't say my word right now. Like,
Okay.
next unit is next week, so I need to probably go ahead and plan that out and figure out, okay, what tools do I need? How do the kids expect me to work out? Because I need to do it in their way so they can learn. And make sure I have that one timer up there, smart timer thing up there, so I know, okay, this is already set the timer, 5 minutes, here we go.
Right. Okay. So this has helped you with
Yeah, it has.
time management because you thought about getting a timer now or using a timer, and I'm going to show you that how to do that. And then you've also thought about planning more
Yes.
to look ahead and make sure that. And as you were talking, I was even thinking that you could, if you give me, if for some reason we can't meet, you can give me your notes as well, and I can fill them out ahead of time, and then we get together, or
Yeah.
I can even fill them out and you can compare your notes to my notes. If ever something happens and you have something coming up and we haven't had a chance to meet, which we'll purposely have a meeting, but you know how sometimes all of a sudden you pull something different, you go,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
this is a better
And
activity
yeah.
than what I had, I know you do that, and so you could then say, hey, can you make a key, and then I'll make a key, and then I'll compare to
Yes.
make sure that I've covered all the bullet points,
Yes.
the important little rules, like flipping the sign and things like that.
Well, the next one's
That's just an
matrices. Yeah, because next one's matrices, and
Okay.
that's gonna be a fun one.
Okay,
Very fun.
so we'll plan together.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, anything else?
I think that's it.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
The end.
Try to make it easy.